Hello, St. David's. It is Monday in Easter week, also known as Easter Monday, and this isn't an Exile Minute as I did last week. This is just announcements for the week. I figured I'd continue doing it in video form since I can, and it's a little easier than sitting through and reading them, but I'll have them in the announcements as well. I just want to say thank you for everything that you've been doing. I know a few people stopped by the church earlier this week and got the garden ready and laid out mulch and planted a few things. We've got some peas planted and some potatoes, and there'll be more coming later this week that has been volunteered and given to us by some folks from St. John's, Bristol. Life continues, and even though we're not able to get together in our normal ways, we are still doing ministry, and I thank you for that. This coming week was supposed to be my family vacation, and we were going to go to South Carolina and just get away after everything that has happened over the last year. As you know, it's been a tough year for my family and a very exciting one with the birth of Lucas. Well, we're obviously not doing that because borders are closed and there's still stay-at-home things, but I will be kind of stepping away from some of the technology and being online all the time and things like that this week, just to spend some time with my family and recuperating. Normal Holy Week is busy and tiring, and reimagining and rethinking it apparently is as well. Your priest has now become a YouTube star. I'm putting those out every day. But I'll be taking the rest of this week to kind of just step away from some things. I won't be checking the voicemails and all that as frequently as I would. If there is an emergency, please contact Deacon Clay or Kathy Eddington, and they'll give me a call and let me know, and I can manage some things that way. But I hope you have all had a wonderful Easter, although it's been different and it is a bit of a struggle, I know, not to have our normal Easter celebration. But Christ is still alive, Christ is still risen, and we are still here. And I'm very excited about the day that we get to come back together. Mike Jacka has put about 7 dozen, the last I knew there were about 7 dozen eggs in the refrigerator at the church, and you are welcome to those. Just if you have your key, stop on by. They'll be in the kitchen and grab a dozen eggs or so, and thank you, Mike and Deb and all the chickens that produce those for us that we get to partake in and eat, because they are wonderful eggs. As you know, on Easter Sunday, we were supposed to have some baptisms. We were supposed to baptize John Michael and Declan, and those have been postponed due to the stay-at-home orders and such. I've talked to Chad and to Josh, and we're hoping that we will be back together and to do those on Pentecost Sunday, which is the last Sunday in May 31st, I believe it is, and that is the next great feast for baptism. So I really hope we will be back together by then and look forward to a joyous Pentecost together. To that end, I am in Ohio still with my family, and I'll be with them this week and really focusing on my family this week. But on Sunday, I'll still be doing what was supposed to be my very public baptism with my nephew Lucas. We'll be doing a private family baptism in the chancel here at St. Philip's. Luckily, the priest lives right next door and is going to let us in. I'll be preaching that. And along with that, Pastor Terry is also going to be on vacation this week, so we are both kind of taking a step back from the technology for a week. There will not be a discussion or evening prayer from us on Wednesday night, particularly this week, but I will commend to you the EDNIN virtual worship on YouTube and on Facebook, and you don't need a Facebook account to go to it, but just go and watch those videos and join us and worship that way. Again, that's 4 services a day: morning prayer, noonday prayer, evening prayer, and Compline. I'm still doing the evening prayer on Monday. I have that pre-recorded and it'll be set to go. So next Sunday we won't have a regularly scheduled time for Mass, but since I'm doing the baptism with Liturgy of the Word for Lucas, that'll be at 10:30 on Sunday morning. I'll include a link to St. Philip's Facebook page below, and also share that on our Facebook page and on St. John's Facebook page on Sunday morning. Again, that is at 10. Will be at 10:30 this Sunday. That's the Liturgy of the Word for Easter 2, and the baptism of Lucas Orion Alexander, who's my nephew, and I'll be leading that service. Future going ahead, we will not be back together next week, but we will hope for that we will be soon. But as we're still separated, Pastor Terry and I were discussing what to do next, as we can't do we're kind of done with our series on Signs of Life from SSJE for Wednesday nights. And we want to do, I think we're going to call it Between Two Priests or something, but basically a Stump the Priest. And if you have questions about liturgy or theology or church history, or just our lives in general, if you would send those to us by our emails, via our emails, to me that is stdavidpriest at gmail.com, stdavidpriest at gmail.com, or you can message us on the parish Facebook page. Just send your questions and we'll get those all together and go through a few of them the following Wednesday, and do that on Wednesday nights for the next few weeks, it looks like. And I hope to very soon start back up with Sunday school and our Women of the Bible, looking at doing some Zoom sessions or just recording and sharing those with you. But I pray that you have had a blessed Holy Week, that you have found some way to connect with God and connect with each other. And I look forward to the day that we are all back together. I love you. I miss you. Christ is risen. Alleluia. Peace.